it's black to move. This position comes from real online games around the 1000 rating level. Black has already walked into one of the most famous Italian game traps. And here is the interesting part. After this check, only 38% of players find the right defensive move. Most players choose a natural looking king move or try to block the check. But those moves will make black's position much worse. So in this video, I will show you the original mistake, why it happens so often, what black must play here, and what you should play instead if you are under 1000. So let's start from move 1. White starts a game e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop c4, knight f6. The opening starts as a very normal Italian game. White plays bishop c4, aiming at the f7 square. Black develops naturally with knight f6. Now, white plays knight g5 and he is putting lots of pressure on f7. And here there's only one move as a black which saves the game. And the move is d5, striking in the center. White has to capture back, so e takes d5, attacking the knight. Now we reach the important moment. And in this position, the best move here is knight a5, simply attacking the bishop. But half of the players play the wrong move, which is knight takes d5. This is the move many players make automatically. Black sees that white captured a pawn, so black captures back. It looks logical, it looks natural, but it feels like black is just restoring material balance. But this is a problem. In chess, a natural move can still be wrong if it ignores forcing moves. Before black plays knight takes d5, black has to ask, what checks does white have? What captures does white have? What threats does white have? And after knight takes d5, white has a very dangerous capture. And the move is knight takes f7, simply sacrificing the knight on f7. This is a fried liver idea. White gives up a knight, but black's king is dragged into the center, and black has to accept the knight, otherwise, it's simply a fork. So once black captures the knight on f7, then white has e follow up, and the move is queen f3 check. Now black is already in a practical defensive test. This is the position where many thousand rated players collapse. Pause here for a few seconds. What should black play? Not what looks comfortable or natural, what actually works. Correct defensive move is king to e6. This looks ugly. Most beginners don't want to move the king forward into the center. Psychologically, it feels wrong. But in this position, black has already entered a dangerous line. Now black has to defend actively. The point of king e6 is simple. He is protecting the knight on d5 with the king and queen. And even though the king looks exposed, this is the move black needs to know. That's why knight takes d5 is so dangerous for beginners. If you play it, you must know the defensive idea. White continues the game with knight c3. Here, the knight is pinned on d5. So whenever there's a pinned piece, we simply keep attacking on the pinned piece. And now white develops a piece, attacks the knight on d5, and keeps black's king in the center. So even after black finds king e6, the game is not easy. Black is not simply winning, black is surviving. That's a practical point. At master level, players may know this theory, but around 1000 rating, this position is very difficult to defend. You must know where the king belongs, how to deal with the pressure on d5, and how to avoid falling behind in development. So if you are a beginner, the question is not only is knight takes d5 playable, the better question is, can I actually defend this position in a real game? For most players under 1000, answer is no. Now let's look at why other moves are tempting. Some players would simply move the king Back on e8, this looks safer because king goes backward, but black is still under pressure. The knight on d5 is hanging. And now white can simply win the knight. And now he got an extra pawn. Black's king is not safe and white is completely winning. Now let's see a different idea, which is queen f6. That's the third popular move has been played in this position so many times. This looks natural because black blocks a check and offers a queen trade. But again, black has not solved the main problem clearly. White's pieces are active, black's king is exposed, and knight on d5 is hanging. And now white is completely winning because he can play bishop takes d5, he win the pawn, the king is not safe, and now he can go to the endgame and win the game very easily. And now let's see the fourth popular move which has been played so many times, and the move is king g8. That's my favorite move. The reason now white is about to checkmate the black king with only bishop. And he will continue the game with queen takes d5, queen takes d5, bishop takes d5. It's a check. The only way to block the check is bishop e6 and then bishop takes e6. Simple checkmate with only one bishop. Game over. So, what should black play instead in this position? For most beginners, the practical move is knight a5 attacking the bishop. Instead of recapturing immediately, black attacks the bishop. The main idea is bishop b5 check, and now black has to give up one more pawn to survive this attack, and the move is c6, and white will capture on c6 and then b takes c6. Black does not allow the same direct fried liver sacrifice. Yes, the position is still sharp, but it is much more practical than walking into knight take f7, then king take f7, queen f3 check, and then king e6. It's one of the most dangerous traps. There are other moves for black too, like b5 or knight d4, but if you are under 1000, don't try to memorize everything. Start with this rule. Do not automatically play on knight takes on d5. Firstly, learn knight a5. And now the bishop is attacked, so bishop cannot go on c4 because knight is attacking. And here the best move is bishop e3. He can play this and continue the game here. And yes, white got an extra pawn, but black's pieces are slightly better and white is not able to develop the other pieces very soon. So that's the advantage black got in this position. Now, here is a bigger lesson. This is not just an opening trap. This is a thinking mistake. Black played knight takes d5 because it was automatic. White capture my pawn, so I capture back. But before you recapture anything, especially in the opening, ask these three questions. What checks does my opponent get? What captures does my opponent get? What threats does my opponent get? That is CCT, checks, captures, and threats. In the exact position, after black plays knight takes d5, white's forcing move is knight take f7. So black did not lose because of one opening move only. Black lost because black did not check white's forcing moves before recapturing. So remember this line: e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop c4, knight f6, knight g5, attacking on f7, pawn d5, striking in the center, e takes d5, and now you should not play knight takes d5. The right idea is knight a5 attacking the bishop. But if you play knight takes d5, you must be ready for knight takes f7, king takes f7, queen f3 check, and please do not blunder the game and play king g8 here. The move you have to find here is king e6, just defending the knight with king and queen. But this is not easy to defend in a real game. So if you are around 500 to 1000 rating, practical recommendation is simple. Do not enter this unless you know the defense. Play knight a5 instead. And most importantly, stop making automatic recaptures. Before taking black material, check your opponent's checks, captures, and threats. I'm Aniket Kathpal. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video.